G'day everyone, Rach here from Rara's Realm. Welcome to my cross-stitching progress. There has been some progress. G'day to new subscribers and hello to those returning. I hope everyone's had a good fortnight. Getting all excited about the Nashville previews. I have 3/4 of a page list, just an A5 size, not an A4 size. And I have one purchase also to show you already, because they gave it as a PDF. Thank you, designer. So this will actually be a relatively short video because my last fortnight was primarily taken up with my focus piece and my stitch along piece. So there's actually only two things to show, and then there's not a heap to show, but I have done some stitching. Today is the start of the new rotation, so we're back to the top of the list, 5 different projects, then the focus piece, then 5 blah blah blah, and I'm still doing around that. I'm still doing a thread a day for the stitch along piece and the focus piece as well. So anyway, I'll show you the two pieces, I'll show you what I have brought, and that is it. Don't warm the coffee up for my video. Save it for some of the others. I noticed in my list today there's a new Brenda and the Cereal Starter and a new Nicole's Needleworks. So I've got a few things to watch myself. So I won't hold you up so we can all go watch the better ones. Right, so my stitch along that I am doing is the 2020 Modern Folk Embroidery Sal, which is just beautiful. It stitches beautifully, and I'm up in here. I'm still on, well, I'm pretty much done with part 1. There's a couple of lines which I'd have to count if I went that way in my direction. If I have to stitch that way, I've got to count thousands of stitches. Whereas I know if I start over here now, there's a line that comes down, then I can just stitch back. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm primarily finished part 1, and I've got a bit of part 2. So this is where we are at as of yesterday afternoon. Let me find a hold that I can hold it properly in such a way. Is that going to work? Whoops, don't lose my label. I like to keep my label. Don't know why. So this is primarily, part 1 comes, so you can see where the alphabet ends. So part 1 comes down. There's a couple of little single stitches under these lines for the part below, and I'm not going to do those until I get that part. So there's another line that mirrors this that comes down over here, so I'm not going to count all the way down there. I'm going to wait till I get to this line and then bring those back. When I showed it to you, I had the little curl to finish there, which I did, and this whole side is now complete as well. So I'm doing this on 36 count raw linen, and I'm doing Gentle Arts Presidential Blue, if you didn't already know. I am keeping Gentle Arts in Presidential Blue, and I'm making sure that they don't ever stop producing it. But I do have to say, a lady at Stitchy Group is stitching on something. I'm not sure what the pattern is, and I actually don't even know what the threads are. Donna or Jill, if you're watching and you remember what Gwenda said, she's using a dark variegated blue and a light variegated blue. I did even whisper to Jill that that might even be nicer than Presidential Blue. But I am sticking with my Presidential Blue. Okay. My focus piece is the Out of Print Touching the Autumn Sky, Mirabilia. I'm being kindly lent this, so don't chase me for it. It's not mine. It will be going back to its home in Australia at some point in the middle of this year when I get this finished. I'm not even going to bother to try and figure out in the photo. The last you saw was this colour at the top of her apron and some of the dark colour there. So I have got all of that round to where this bit sticks out on her skirt is complete. There's a foot that goes off here somewhere. Her apron is complete down to here. You can see better here, there's a little bit there. There is a blended, it was white and a very, very pale something, grey. And I'm like, what is the point of this? But I see it now. You can see the shading on her apron. So I've started to bring the skirt round here, and I think I didn't buy a DMC. I'm sure it's crossed off the piece of paper, so I must have it. I need to get every skein out of the bag and have a look and just check, because I was ready to come in and start filling in here, and I can't find the colour. So it's certainly, I think when I showed this to you, it looks very dark. I don't think it's going to show. That's a little bit better. I think last time I was sort of like, meh, but I'm going to trust the process. I can see it a lot better now. So yeah, and if I just pulled my finger out and did a bit more, we would get it done quite quickly. I mean, that's her apron pretty much. There's a bit, so that's a good chunk of the pattern, then there's a bit more here and a head, and then the flowers and beads. So it's just fiddly. Anyway, we are getting there. So now there are 5 different projects. So each day I will give this a length, or probably a length. And what I've been doing, if I can get the angle right again. So see, you've got red here. So on my days where I've done just a length, I've just done a length of red, and I've come in and filled in all the bits, so I get gaps like this. And then I go in and pick another colour and just fill in. So I will operate like that and try and get this bit done like I've got that bit. So, and then on the other one, same again, just one length of thread and do a bit as far as that length goes, and then leave it, and then move on to what needs to be done. I didn't bring my book in, so the only thing I can tell you is today's project is a prairie schooler, and it's the night before Christmas sampler one, the one in the middle of the 3. And I think I'm still working on Father Christmas before I get into the verse. So hopefully we can get Father Christmas finished and start the verse over these next 4 days. And then I don't remember what the next 4 projects are. Over the course of a fortnight, you should see 4 projects in the rotation. Actually, one of them I think is the stitch along. I think project B is the stitch along. So I don't know what C, D and E are. Can't remember. No, I can't remember. No point sitting here trying to figure out which of the 15 it is. So after this prairie schooler, there'll be the stitch along. Will get a bit more work than its normal 1 thread, and I won't give it then the 1 thread, so I won't faff around trying to explain that. But over the course of the next fortnight, you should see 5 projects then, if one is a stitch along. So the first 4 projects in the rotation, plus touching the autumn sky. So that will make next video a little bit better. Okay, what I have brought today, I watched over the weekend Teresa Kitten Stitch's raw and uncut video where she showed her releases, and she is very good in that just about everything now that she releases as a physical hard copy and a PDF. So this morning I went in and I brought that. So this is antique birds in cages, and it cost me $9.10 in New Zealand money for anybody interested. You know what colour this is going to be. I've already done the scissors one in Presidential Blue. I really like the birds. I think the birds will fit in with a lot of the other things that I've got. The Quaker that I did last year or so, whenever it was, that's in Presidential Blue, that's got birds in it, so it'll fit in the wall quite nicely. I have got the antique teacups. I don't think I've got the keys. So she's got 4 in this series now. I've done 1. I think I've got 2 other charts, including this one, and I haven't got the 4th chart. So that is that. I'm just in the process. I had planned to do an Amazon order for my travel, but I was thinking in bed at 2 o'clock this morning, because my mother was roaming the house, that it's likely that just about all of the nice things that I wanted to get on Amazon for my travel, I could actually pick up cheap versions here. So I'm going to explore that option before I place my Amazon order, which means that I'm going to place a stitching order sometime in the next fortnight, once I see the charts becoming available, and I know some things will sell out quickly and I'll just wait till they come back again. The Blackbird designs I have seen the images of. I've got one of them, I believe, which is Oh Joyous Day, I think. That was a shop exclusive, and I actually ordered the shop exclusive last year. Was that the one that came through from Stitchville in Minnesota? I can't remember. But otherwise, all the rest of the releases are blimmin' nice, so I'm going to be getting those. What else have I got my eye on? Brenda Gervais got a salt box sampler I like the look of. There is a designer called Liz Matthews, and she's got something called Bower Birds that I really like the look of, which would be good in Presidential Blue. The example is done in white on a grey background or something like that, but I would add it to my Presidential Blue list. Those are the things off the top of my head. There's a couple of... Kathy Barrack has got a Quaker coming that looks very nice, and also one with a horse, something about Spot. I don't have the other Spot chart, but I quite like the look of this one. And there's another one I saw, it's got birds and flowers, I think, and I don't remember anything about that. So I'm going to place a little order, and then I will then put my credit card away until I go to Disneyland, pretty much, and not spend any more money. So I want to get a few things, not kit any of them up, because I won't be starting this year. There are no new starts. It's a case of finishing things. But I don't want to miss out. I don't want FOMO. So I will order a few things. Anyway, right. Well, I have managed to waffle for 12 minutes, so that's not too bad. Next fortnight should be a bit better. There should be a bit more variety, and yeah, so have a good stitching fortnight. I was nearly going to say week. There was dissension in the ranks at Stitchy Group. They missed the weekly videos. I just think it would be very boring. Because of the rotation this year, there's basically two projects a week, and then the start of another one to make up the 14 days. I just think the videos would be too short too often, and because I'm not buying stuff, I haven't got stuff to show. So it is what it is, ladies. We just got to get through this year. It's only going to be up until about November, and then it's probably going to stop because there'll be Disneyland. And so anyway, that being said, I shall leave you. I will catch you in 2 weeks' time. Have a good stitchy week. Let me know what you've got your eye on from Nashville. There might be something I haven't seen yet. Always a good thing. Add to the list. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.